This woman you are watching right now, something happened in her marriage that she became uncomfortable. She didn't like to be in that marriage anymore, despite whatsoever the man was doing for her. So she decided to back off. Firstly, she traveled to the village to her parents and stayed a while just to calm her brain down to make a decision to be perfect. So when she eventually came back to town, to her husband's house, she planned to just carry her things, her clothes, and relocate to another apartment. So she went out to find out how much to rent house, how much to buy bed, how much to pay for rent, how much to do everything. So when she has met those people and make inquiry, she discovered that those things are super expensive, that she cannot be able to afford them. So at that time, she had no choice than to come back to her husband's house and start living in the husband's house with another greater decision on how to deal with the man. Just pay attention, watch this video to the very end and hear her narrate it by herself. Then I will be back to analyze some certain things that will give you wisdom.
So guys,
just pay
after
attention.
I left my husband, I left my husband October 30th. Not like left, like after the whole issue and blah blah blah, we separated. So I went to the village. So I went to the village around that time, stayed small, then came back. When I came back, I now wanted to get my own apartment and move out. So I contacted the agent that they gave me the number. I wanted 2-bedroom apartment because I was living with my daughter. I wanted to go with my daughter. So the agent said 2-bedroom apartment is 800k to pay 600.
Pay attention, no. Learn
like
something.
You pay 800,000, then other years you pay 600. I said okay. I said find me Self-con, that is 1 bedroom. He found Self-con 450 to pay 400. I say I don't understand. Self-con, like Self-con, now just one room. He said that the cheapest he can get in that area that I want is 450 to pay 400. That he has ties. He has. I said before, God, the house no go get ties. Lights not even there the area. I go price bed. They say bed 10 inches, 208,000. That was the least the woman could go. Like 10 inches. Don't be this one while they sleep here for here. Like 10-inch bed, 208,000. I go price fan. After I go price all those things, not the person advised me. I came back. What I did is that when I came back to my, this is not funny. It's funny now because I've grown past that. So I'm not saying it as joke, but that time it was not
Pay
funny.
attention, no. Learn
With
something.
anger of how expensive those things were, I came back to the house. And I gave demarcation. I said, "You see this house, bar? Not be me go live for you. Now you go live for me for this house. Not be me go." He didn't know where that anger was coming from. I said, I'm going to demarcate this house. You take the front corridor, I take the back one. You see this parlor? I'm dividing it into two. You may be picture hanging. That the side of the living room where your picture is hanging, that is your own space. The side that my own picture is hanging, that is my own space. We are going to divide. We're going to divide this house because that was how I divided the parlor. Of course, dining has two sides. I divided the dining. I'm taking the right to take the left. On no account, I see you sitting on the right side of the dining eating. That's my space. We have a separate room. You go to your room, I go to my room. If anybody's going to leave, it is you, not me. That was how I came back to this house, and I demarcated my own stuff. So I took my own things to my own side. Don't talk to me. I'm not talking to you. Like, just pretend like you are sharing this apartment with somebody. Because tell me why Self-con is 450.
Pay attention, no. Learn something.
So where am I going to get 450 to 400k to pay for? So when I now pay for the house, I will now buy bed, I will now buy fan, I will now paint the room, I will now buy a curtain, I will now buy table, I will now buy gas, I will now buy pots, then washing machine. I just think those things. I say, Now that is when the verse says start going go. I said, okay, you see in this house, you stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. If anybody's moving out of this house, it is you. No agents, man, I'm flying in this house. Agents, the cost of things, women, I'm flying. No, I said, I sit down, I said, now I know why our mothers did not leave their marriage. No, you want to leave your husband's house. You will get a kogulo. Do you have money to pay for house rent and buy properties? In G5. Now I see why women we are enduring. So that is why I'm telling women, don't leave your home for anybody. Instead, stay in that marriage.
Pay
If you do
attention,
you want to,
learn something.
But leave. Can they up them jago now? Because I don't plan my life. I'll get 2-bedroom apartment, furnish it. Like when I come into my room, into my house, I'll be like,
all right, let's get down to this so that we can learn something vital from this her story. This is a personal story that she shared, despite maybe they are living fine now, right? Because maybe they have resolved the issue. But this is a story that every man must pay attention to learn something that is very vital. Number one, she actually planned to leave her husband and she worked it through, despite she could not afford lifestyle outside marriage. She couldn't afford a life outside marriage. That was her primary reason why she decided to come back. So if she was able to afford the life outside marriage, she wouldn't have come back to her husband. So the only value she had for her husband, based on this story, is the financial value, the provision, the shelter, the food, the clothing, the things the man are able to shoulder financially. These are the only value the woman is seeing in the life of that man, because that is the only singular thing that brought her back to her marriage. So according to her, when she went out to price the cost of living outside her marriage and she couldn't afford them, she decided to just come back because she had no money to afford them. So when she came back to the house, she now decided that in this house, everybody will start living on their own. Everybody will start living apart. According to her, that she demarcated the house, demarcated the bed, demarcated the parlor, demarcated the dining. You stay this side, I stay this side. And I tell you that any woman that do that, we also make sure that the husband never touched her. So she didn't say that, but by what she said, that means she also demarcated their relationship in the heart, that nobody will touch each other, which means that she'll be sleeping on the same bed with the man and she'll be punishing the man, silently punishing the man. So now is when I need to pay attention. This is not funny. It's not funny at all. Forget about the way she's saying it and the way she's laughing. This is very deep. The reason why most women are still with their husband is because they cannot afford their life outside their marriage. The only value most women have for their husband is the ability the man have to provide. That is the only thing they see, because women love you based on your capacity to provide. How much love she have for you is dependent on your level or the percentage of your provision. If you provide the more, she will loyal the more and love you the more. If your provision reduces, her love reduces. That is the way women behave. That is just the simple truth. That's why most women are still with their husband. If most of these women can afford the cost of living outside their marriage, they would have left. Many women, 95% of women all over the world, had they been they can afford the cost of living outside marriage, they would have left. That is why marriage doesn't work in the US and some European countries. It is difficult for marriage to survive there, because most women have the opportunities to make money, to live fine, because government pay attention to women more than the way they pay attention to men. Government respect women and honor women more than the way they do to men. But in Africa, it is man that struggles on their own. Women have capacity to also struggle, but most of them, they don't. Yes, they have capacity to make money on their own, but most of them, they don't. They rely on the man's money. So that relying on the man's money, and based on the way the African culture has been programmed, that is the only thing that gives the men the upper hand to be able to actually enjoy marriage and see some humility, some levels of humbleness from the woman. And that's why you discover that some of these African ladies, once they begin to make their own money, humility and submission becomes a crisis in the house. It becomes a problem. They start seeing it like controlling, because most value they have for man is the man's capacity to make provision. So once they feel that they can provide for themselves that particular thing that they are gaining from the man, they see no reason why they should be with the man anymore. They start seeing marriage as stress. They start seeing marriage as delay. They start seeing marriage as holding them down. That is why once they start making their own money, the man will no longer be relevant, because that money is the only thing they value in the life of that man. And to you men, that your woman have this kind of character, you have noticed it, to keep such a woman in your house, you must never allow her to make her own money. You must never allow her to make her own money. Make sure she don't have her own business. Make sure she doesn't work, because the moment she starts seeing money, that is the moment that the problem in the house will increase to an extent that it will break the home. You see, what I just said now may sound awkward, outdated, or archaic, but I tell you, it is an age-long principle that works. It is an age-long principle that works. You may say, what is this man saying? Why will you not allow your wife to work in this modern age? Why will you not allow your woman to have her own money in this modern age? It's not every woman that should have that opportunity to have her own money. If she have her own money, some of them will see you as no relevant. If by now the only value she have for you is your provision, the house rent you are paying, the money you are giving to her, the school fees you are paying for the children, the food you are providing, and the things you are doing in the house, that all boils down to finance. If that is the only value she's seeing in you, once she's able to make money and provide those things for herself, then that value will be shifted to herself. At that time, she will now value herself, respect herself, take care of herself, and you will be of no relevance. If you like, don't pay attention and don't work with this information. And let me say this, even if you have discovered that your wife is not like that, when you want to open a business for your woman, make sure you are still the one in charge of the business. Make sure she's accountable to you. If you allow her to do that business without being accountable, then you'll be in trouble in time to come. And before she rounded up her story, she made a statement and said that this is the reason why our mothers could not leave their marriage. But that statement is false. It's not true. It's not true. Our mothers didn't leave marriage not because they don't have the capacity to live on their own, not because they don't have the money to live on their own, because at that time our mothers, they were farmers, our fathers, they were farmers. A man will have a very big farm. Some of them have one wife with 6, 7, or 8 children, right? They will go to the farm, they will farm, they will do everything, they will come back. So they all work in one place and the man is in charge. No tuber of yam will leave the barn except the man permits. And our mothers are very comfortable with it because they understand the principles and the culture of marriage, how it should be, that a wife should be submissive to the husband, that a wife should be accountable to the husband. They understand the core value of marriage. So they were not lazy. They would have said, okay, let me leave my marriage and go and have my own family and start doing my own farming. They were not lazy because they were doing the same thing that everyone is doing. They all farm. They wake up in the morning, they go to farm, they close from farm, they come to the house, they will take their bath, eat whatever they have, and still rest, and they live in peace. The only thing that kept our mothers in marriage is because they were patient, number one. Number two, they were obedient. They were patient in the marriage and they were obedient. They understand that these are the core values of marriage, and you have to be patient with your partner and also be obedient to your husband. Right? It's important. The man also need to be patient with the woman, but it's the woman that need to be obedient to the husband, because that's what men see as respect. The whole thing that men complain, respect, that is called obedience. The man say do this, you do. The man say do that, you do. I pray that you just learn a lesson from this particular story. God bless you. If you watched to this time, like this video, give it a thumbs up and share to everyone around you, because somebody will get to watch it and that person will be blessed as well. Drop a comment in the comment section and say thank you, Lucky, for this information. And if you have experience on the things, you can also share right in the comments to also bless others. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe. And to you that have subscribed, I say God bless you. I've actually recommended some very important videos, as you can see right down on the screen, and I'm trusting that as you watch them, more knowledge will be imparted. Bye for now. See you in my next video.